Hi folks, welcome back to the shop here at Project Pine Hills. Today we're talking about this Olight Oclip Pro. It's a clip-on light with 3 light sources. You can see the 3 light sources right there on the box. Quick look at the back, you can see it doesn't show the light modes and it's made in China. Here's a quick look at this flashlight. Let's look around here. You can see on the side here it has a switch. There's 3 different lights you can switch from with this rotary switch on the side, a lot like the Oclip Pro. You can see here it has this R on this one, that's the red light. This is the spotlight. And this is the floodlight here. So we can take this rotary switch and I can just push it to whatever light mode I want. You can see I've switched there to the floodlight and it gives me a charge indicator when I first flip it. And it gives me that green light momentarily that lets me know the charge status. So this is fully charged. Now if I press down on the switch, like let's say I hold it down, it's going to go into a moonlight mode or a very low output mode. And that's on the floodlight. If I flip this switch back, that's the spotlight mode. Okay, if I switch it again, it's going to go to that red light mode. So that's how you switch between the 3 lights with a switch on the side. You can see when this light's on, this green LED indicator stays on. If you look at this switch, you'll notice it has these little lines in it that go around a circular pattern, right? Almost like a record. Little lines here that gives it some knurling. We of course turn the light on and off by pressing that switch. Now, if I press this switch, it gives me a low 4 lumen red light. If I double press this switch, it gives me a 40 lumen red light. And if I hold it down, it starts flashing that red light. So you can sort of wear this as sort of a safety light. Now the reason for the red light is it doesn't impact your night vision and it doesn't attract as many insects, as well as acting as a safety light. If I flip this switch forward, it gives me that spotlight. When it's off, if I press and hold this button, it gives me its lowest light mode, like a moonlight mode output. After it's on, if I press and hold it, it will go to low, medium, and then high. And then I can double tap for turbo. And that puts out 500 lumens. So that's how the light modes work. And it's the same if I go to the floodlight. If I press and hold this, I get that moonlight mode. And then if I hold it after it's on, I get low, medium, and then high. And then I can double tap on that floodlight mode. Here I'm going to quickly show the difference between the floodlight, what it looks like on this bag over here, versus what the spotlight looks like. See, I get that white hot center here on the light. That's the way the original Oclip light was. Of course, then I can flip back and get that red light. So those are the basic modes of this flashlight. Now, if you look at the opposite side of this light, you'll see there's a USB charging port here, and it's got a metal cover. It's kind of interesting. I'll flip this down, and you'll see that there is a hinge right here that's made of metal, and it's my understanding this is sealed on the inside, so it prevents moisture from getting inside the light. You'll see this cover doesn't have any kind of rubber on the outside, so it doesn't seal. It's just a metal cover for that USB-C port. So I can flip this down, take a USB-C charging cable, plug that in, and you'll see that red light over here starts flashing, indicating that it's charging. And the key to this light is the different ways you can mount it. So you can tail stand this light, you can magnetically attach it, or you can take the clip on the back and squeeze this clip and you can clip the light onto something, right? So those are all the different options you have. You'll see here in the back it also has a lanyard hole. So that's why they call it the Oclip light, because it has this spring-loaded clip in it. Now if you look at this clip here, you'll see it's rubberized on both the back side of the clip and the back side of the flashlight. Now this being a Pro version, the only thing I noticed I kind of was expecting was, yes, you can magnetically attach it from the back, and the magnet, by the way, is at the bottom of the light. So I can mount it to the bottom, it's not at the top. But what I really wanted to see in this light was the ability to put it down like this, so it can be a right-angled light. And then you could get that right-angled feature, which is very important for a work light. Instead, you can only mount it like this. There are times when I think you want to be able to mount this as a right-angled light and have it shine down, so it would make a lot of sense to me if this base of this was magnetic, but it's not. It's only magnetic here on the back of that clip. So that's the Olight Oclip Pro. Now, about a year ago, they came out with the original Oclip light, and you can see that here. It just had a single light in it, and this was a spotlight. Now this light, you could press and hold it, and it would turn on a low mode. And if you hold it after that, it would go low, medium, and high. But there was no turbo if you double tap it. If you double tap, you get a red light. And if you hold down the button while that's on, it would flash. Again, kind of a safety light you could wear on you. So it had a red and a white light. And the light on it was a spotlight. It wasn't a floodlight. So that's the difference. This guy has a white floodlight. That's the biggest difference between these lights. That and this one has a larger battery. It has almost twice the runtime because it's larger in size. And of course it has that floodlight. Those are the biggest differences. And the original magnetically mounted at the top of the light. You can see how that mounts on there. Whereas the new one magnetically attaches at the bottom. See the difference there? So the original was magnetic at the top on the clip, and the new one's magnetic at the clip at the bottom. But we can look at these two lights real quick for a size comparison, and you can see the original light was quite a bit smaller than the new Olight Oclip Pro. And you can see from the original light to the new light, they basically reversed the light switch and the USB port, putting them on the opposite sides on the new light, right? Here's your USB port On the opposite side, here's the switch. So those are your biggest differences between the two lights. And this original Olight Oclip light, you could tail stand it, magnetically mount it, and you could clip this light as well. You'll see on here though, it had a rubber cover that you kind of turn and pivot out of the way, hook up USB-C. Also, when you plug this one in, you'll see that the red light would just come on. It wouldn't flash like the new one. So there you have it. That's the new Olight Oclip Pro. Now, Olight sent me these lights to evaluate. It's part of their Black Friday event this year. And as part of that, they're also offering this red Snowflake Olight Oclip light. And it's got 3 layers of laser engraving. So it's a really nice finish job they've done on this. But this is a limited edition light, this red Snowflake light that you can get for the holiday. See the box got some snowflakes on it. So here's a look at that Oclip Pro red Snowflake edition. You can check out that 3-layer engraving they have on here on the front of the flashlight. If you look here at the side, you can see we have that switch in a silver accent color. Here's a quick look at the back. You can see that engraving with a single snowflake in the back. Pretty neat offering there from Olight. They're also offering this Olight Baton 4 Premium Edition TI, which is the titanium edition. Now, we've had this on the channel before. We had it in the color OD green. I'll have a link in the video to the full review. So this is also something that they've sent that's really interesting to check out. The case is still made of a polymer or a plastic, and you can see it's got this blue font on it. It's got that display on the front that tells you how much charge is in the charging case. Of course, we flip it open, the flashlight's inside here. It's that titanium edition. It's a very good looking flashlight. Of course, this works just like all the Baton flashlights. You can tail stand the flashlight, which has that MCC charging cable capability, so we can just pop that on there and charge up the flashlight. And of course, this Baton 4 has that new indicator on it, right? If I turn this flashlight on, you can see here on the right the charge level of the battery inside the flashlight. And on the left side here, it shows you the brightness level it's on. So right now it's on medium. And if I hold the switch down, you'll see it goes up to high, and now all 3 lights are on over here. So we got full battery charge status in the flashlight, which is shown here by this little icon over here you can see. And we flip over here, you can see the brightness indicator here so that you know what's on that side of the flashlight. So that's the Baton 4 Premium Edition. Of course, that comes with a charging case. You just pop it in there, and we get this light here that tells us that it's charging the flashlight, and this is the charge status, 46% charge of the battery that's actually in this charging case. So that's the Baton 4 Premium. Again, this is something that they are offering now for the Black Friday sale. Was not previously available before. They also have this in a sort of an Air Force edition that's really neat. They also have a Christmas edition of the Oclip Pro. Lots of offerings from Olight. Definitely check it out. I'll have a link to all these in the description. Let me know what you think of this new Olight Oclip Pro. I think it's a pretty neat light. I'm not sure if I'll like it better than the original or not. This original Oclip light was so popular, I don't know that anything could top it. And typically what I would take this, I would just clip it here to my bag and just have it on the bag all the time. And of course you can do the same thing with the new light. It just comes down to what you're looking for. So I'll have to give it a try for a while, but it's really hard to beat this original Oclip light just for its simplicity and the way it worked. You know, you could take this light and clip it on your hat and use it as a hat light in a pinch and clip it and magnetically attach to anything else. Just a very handy, inexpensive light to have. So with that said, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. All those actions help me to continue to bring content to you here on the Project Pine Hills channel. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next video.